people look for in an essay. Right? Try to put together a chart, put together a table so that it's easy for us to remember. Okay? The first thing, as always, is relevance. Is your response very clearly a response to the question that's being asked? Okay, many a times when we think about something, we come across a very, very interesting and nice idea. But when that point does not directly cater to the question that's being asked or to the topic that's being posted, your response is an absolute tangent. Please keep in mind there is a topic, right? There are limitations. It is not a school level essay where it's all open to interpretation. There is a certain direction in which a topic has to be discussed about. So please ensure you understand and keep your essay within those limits, right? Okay? What you write should relate to it directly and not vaguely, right? In a way related, no, sorry, that can't make it to the essay. So before you put things on paper, before you start writing your essay, before you start penning your essay, it's important that you segregate your points. Okay? You need to put down all your points, all the points that you have in a bullet format and grade them as 1, 2 or 3. This is to ensure that you only pick and choose the topics or points that are directly related or directly catered to the topic that we're talking about here. Right? So that segregation is very important. Right? Organization of content. I somehow feel the school type essay writing, okay, where we were asked to put up like 4 neat paragraphs. I somehow feel it's still relevant to a certain extent. That part is still relevant because need 4 paragraphs, minimum of 4 paragraphs, where you have the first paragraph talks about has a nice opening line which kind of encapsulates your take on the entire subject, and the second and third paragraph kind of substantiating your outlook, your perspective with points and examples, and the final paragraph kind of sums it up for ease of understanding. This pattern is still pretty effective. It is surely one of the most effective ways of presenting your ideas, right? But when we're talking about a complex idea, it is important that you knit all your ideas together into a nice fabric which is exactly in line with the impact that you want to create. Okay? So the first thing that you need to do is the ability to analyze, make judgments and explain convincingly. Right? Even if you have the best of ideas, okay, even if you have the best of ideas, but if you don't have what it takes to explain that idea convincingly, then it's a half-baked idea. It's a half-baked product to somebody who is reading it. Okay? So don't leave any loose ends. Tight-knit your entire idea in a manner that all the points that make it to the essay are well explained, well reasoned, and effective. Right? The next comes your emotional stability. Okay? It's not just while speaking, but even while writing, that there is a possibility of an emotional outburst. Right? Emotional outburst where you reason something more out of feelings and impression than on facts and reasons. Please understand it has to be facts and reasons based on which you explain a point than your feelings, right? So your emotional stability is important. If a topic is very sensitive, like for example, something to do with religion, something to do with your affiliation with a certain ideology, right? Whatever it be, this essay is not a platform for an emotional outburst. right? So please ensure that your points are well reasoned and add to the overall script that you're trying to create. Then comes your knowledge part of it. The written ability test is a very clear platform where you're not being disturbed, right? This is not a group discussion where you can come out and say, I had this brilliant point, but nobody allowed me to speak. Here you have the right kind of platform to substantiate your point of view with brilliant points, with facts, with knowledge that you have gained, and explain your ideas to the reader in a manner that nothing else could, right? So use the right kind of facts and examples. As I've always said, facts are not self-explanatory. So please be aware of the multiple interpretations that are possible and guide the reader to the perspective that you want them to understand, right? Okay. Having said that, bombarding your essay with a lot of facts, numbers, figures is not going to make an effective read. So balance it in a manner, you pick and choose the right kind of facts and base your logic and reason on them, right? Okay. The language here is surely going to be scrutinized. Just because you're making a brilliant point doesn't give you leeway to use language that is deemed unprofessional. Usage of short forms are an absolute no-no. Usage of slang again is an absolute no-no. So please understand, here you are going to be judged. Your language is going to be judged on how good you are in terms of using the language in a formal manner to push across your point effectively, right? Please don't